Should be live now in production. You can cue the show now in production. Mouthpiece Included. Episode 5.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism,
Please like,
comment,
share, subscribe.
news reporting, scholarship, and
mouthpiece.
research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Like, share, subscribe. Do not forget your mouth. Peace.
From day one, runners have taken their sport rather seriously.
People ask me how I keep my teeth from chattering in the wintertime. I leave them in my locker.
Bo knows football.
Let me play sports.
I would like myself more.
I'll have more self-confidence.
If you let me play sports.
If you let me play.
Greatness is no more unique to us than breathing.
Please like, share, subscribe.
We're all capable of it. All of us.
Please like, share, and subscribe. Yes, sir. We got the Mouthpiece Included. Keep that camera off, please. Thank you, production. ESPN. Hey, buddy. It's like ESPN. It's not ESPN. You got you some. Mouthpiece Included. Today we got another one lined up for you. Chock full of politics. Believe we're going to have 2 silverbacks on top of, well, 3 including me. Today's topic: why don't our athletes use their influence to promote Black-owned fashion and or athletic apparel companies use that influence to maybe promote their own. We're going to get into the psychosis, dare I say, psychology, the reality of it all. We're going to unravel it. We are going to unravel it. Why do we wield our influence to build white and or pink corporations? For example, Michael Jeffrey Jordan, his relationship with Big Nike. Swoosh. Dr. J, Julius Erving. I believe it was Adidas. I just can't remember. Arthur Ashe, yo, my noob, rest up. Stan Smith, Tiger Woods, Steph Curry, Magic Johnson, on and on and on. So today we got lined up. Our Silverback is in the building. We got Mr. Ace. Ace is in the building. He's a Little League head coach at JW West. That's Jackie Robinson West. That's the Jackie Robinson West.
JRW, baby.
Yeah, JRW.
Nice.
Yeah. What's up? So we got another Silverback on schedule, but we'll see if he pops in. So you got some words to say as your brief 60-second intro, bro, or any plugs? 60 seconds.
Well, I had a plug. I can't remember what it was. Happy May the 6th. Just celebrated my plus birthday and enjoyed myself in Vegas. Anyone looking to donate, I'm doing a Help the Homeless at Pacific Garden Mission on May 23rd. We're going to hand out some utensils such as hand sanitizer, masks, socks. We'll do a little food drive for the people there on May the 23rd. All donations are.
All right, you got the big food drive, and so y'all know, let's go ahead and put that money in there so they can feed the people. Big ups to you on that. Yeah, man, Vegas is starting to open back up. We was there doing our thing. I had a quick announcement. Where you say, well, we had Cinco de Mayo yesterday. Oh, Big Nick, one of the Silverbacks, his little Nick, his son, little Nick, is 1 today. It's his first birthday today. So
All right.
yeah.
Big
So
ups, little Nick.
yeah, right. Happy birthday. So bro, looks like it's you and I. And so that being the case, we are gonna drop the link in here as well. If there's any Silverback who wants to pop in, we're going to drop that Zoom link. Today, you know what we're covering. It's the psychology behind our athletes, wielding all of our influence to build white companies. We want to find out the who, what, when, where, why, where to start, and things of this nature. So we're sitting here with JRW, head coach, one of the head coaches, Ace, and then, of course, myself, RNA 9 Mills. So we did our brief plug. I'll plug the Self-Love Show. That's what I'm plugging. You can catch the Self-Love Show right here on TATN on Tuesday. Yeah, TATN right here on Tuesdays and Wednesdays at 7 p.m. That's 7 p.m. on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. That's Central Time. That's what we are plugging. It's all about the more growth and development, kings, queens, princes, and princesses only. All right. And anyone that's working towards that, All righty. So that's what we're about. So, Ace, we're going to jump into it. So I got some questions obviously prepared just to get the conversation going. And as always, I've got my brewski. You know, what kind of Chicago sports fan would I be without my brewski?
Hey!
That's right. So I'm gonna start with you and get you rattling off, and then that way I can drop the link in here, you know, because walking true gum much. All right, so here we go, bro. Now, yeah, you're raising. I don't want to say athletes. You're raising student athletes and human beings and citizens. So, from what you know, though, from what you've seen growing up, reading the paper, paying attention, raising children, why? Why? Even in the video games, you know, you bring up a kid and then the big thing is signing that endorsement. Why? Why are we signing these multi-million-dollar endorsement deals here in 2021, sir?
I think they just get out of poverty. And you never know how to build a house without living in one first. So, you know, they go sign the endorsement deal. They got the big flashy agent, the Rolex, like, hey, I got you a great deal. It's money you never had before. I got my cut already taken care of. So let's sign with this company. Let's get as much money as we can, as long as I can use you as an athlete. And good luck to you. And usually that's how it goes. So unfortunately, the athlete who's 20 years old or 18 or 19 now, who's been on the meal plan at school, finds a company wants to endorse them, wants to pay them to wear their shoes, their gear, and they have no idea how to do that on their own at that age. So thusly, they enter into agreements with these companies normally they can't get out of until they can't be used anymore. So that's my take on it.
All right. I mean,
I wish.
Go ahead, bro.
Go ahead. Well, we're coming through an era where you had the major endorsements were, like you said, Dr. J and Magic.
And that was Converse. We had Wordsmith is in the chat. He said Dr. J was Converse. I said,
Yeah.
You know,
Converse, Adidas, potato. But they were beholden to these companies, and they never ascended to the point where they could be a offshoot or off branch of these companies, like a Michael Jeffrey Jordan. So, I see him going back and signing athletes and schools and teams and leagues. But is it under the Jordan brand or is it under the umbrella of Nike? So those are the questions that need to be asked.
Oh, absolutely. We're definitely going to unravel that. My approach to that first question, it's a mixed bag. When you come up as a boy, monkey see, monkey do, monkey don't see, monkey don't do, monkey see, monkey don't. You know how that goes. And so, when you see the O.J. Simpsons or what have you, and there's, they don't have these black companies products. So then now your dream is to, sign with one of these major players, get this money, sign the endorsement deal. That dream is going to Disneyland. It's not going to Funtown, because that's just the way you've seen it on TV. You've seen these guys sign the Nike endorsement deals and things like that. Not to mention, bro, like you said, the money. I would definitely agree with you there. I mean, that's life-changing money. I mean, when you have nothing and they're waving, like for Michael Jordan, you mentioned him, Nike, his deal was $250,000 yearly, and he wanted to sign with Adidas, and he told those cats, look, just come in the neighborhood of what these guys are offering me, No.
That's history. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's $250,000. So it's easy for, I guess, us to sit on the perch and say what we would or what we wouldn't do. But that question was kind of geared, bro, because it's 2021. I mean, you've got Diddy and these cats, other cats saying, hey, don't give me the endorsement money. Give me points in the company. Like, what do you say to that?
Well, it's a plan as opposed to being a worker at the company. You want to be part of the company. But how many companies are going to be put in a position to give a 20-year-old or a new athlete or a new employee for them points in the company? I mean, yes, you can work towards that. You can get to that point quickly, like a Patrick Mahomes, and demand to sit at the table, and I want ownership in the team, or I want ownership in this company to endorse this product. But it takes a once in a lifetime athlete to get that done. Why can't these young men? Well, let me step back.
Yeah, I
The
mean,
reason
please step back, because the rappers have figured it out. The rappers have been hold that there. The rappers have been able to say, well, shoot, didn't take many Master P's and Jay-Z's for us to figure out, man, we need to be doing this ourselves, right? So it's still generations of these athletes that's still, signing these bricks, so to speak. So go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah, but how many people really sat at the table of Master P? It took a Snoop Dogg to hit rock bottom. It took a lot of guys to hit rock bottom to listen to Master P and what it takes to not just work for a record company or sign a deal, but to be your own brand. So, they have nobody teaching them. It's just like the topic of last week's show, draft, slavery. It goes all the way through all the sports. You got your indentured servant all the way to the point where hopefully one day you become a great indentured servant, and then you can get a few more scraps from the table. And they don't have the leadership from the prior athletes or the prior influential athletes to tell them that, hey, you don't have to go this route. We're going to make our own products. We're going to endorse our own companies, and we're going to own what we're endorsing as opposed to just getting a check.
Yeah. Yeah. And that now, and bro, I'm thinking it has to have, how much of that is supply side economics? Meaning, who are you selling to? Who are we marketing to? Who's the fan base of this black athlete? And if this black athlete's fan base, us, the common everyday Pookie, dare I say coon, if we're, motivated by Nike and these everyday name brands, and, if there's a FUBU, and you wear that years later, everybody clowns you and says it's out of style, right? While they're sitting there wearing Gucci. But Gucci don't go out of style. I mean, you know what I'm saying? We literally say ignorant shit.
Yeah,
like
never.
Yeah.
Oh, Gucci.
But that nigga shit you're wearing, that's played out.
Gucci though, man. It's Gucci.
So what I'm saying is the number that's been like, okay. So what I was thinking about, bro, in all seriousness, okay, if all these athletes decided, hey, we're going to start using our name, let's say for baller brand, right? Okay. Baller brand shoes. We'll use that as an example. We're all going to go that route. Kevin Durant and everybody, when their contracts is over, boom, 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 boom. Is there a market? Now, will the white fans in the suburbs follow, or will their parents be on code? Is this a parenting issue? Would baller brand go out of business? That's what I'm asking. What do you think? It's a thought experiment.
Well, they have to put the structure in place. As far as marketing, as far as collecting the money, as far as website, as far as a product that people want. If they do that, then they will succeed. I mean, come on. Kanye West is selling prison slippers. For how much? $100, $200, $800. I mean, come on. These are county shoes he's selling. People are flocking to the stores to buy them. So, I mean, if you got a product, you got something that you can market and people will buy, they will come. You get all these prominent athletes away from those contracts that they have now, which would be pretty hard to do because all they see is that this guaranteed money is what I'm signing for in this contract, as opposed to owning 100% or however many percent of the product that they're going to put out with their name on it that they're selling that on the Baller brand. So some of them don't want to do it. I mean, why would I go to Baller brand when Nike treat me so good?
Right. They sent a jet over and it's guaranteed money.
Right.
Guaranteed.
Right. I'm going to Mexico. I'm going to the Nike party in Mexico.
Well, we've got Brother Wordsmith says, all athletes, and I'm spelling that with an F as in Frank, all athletes are on a time schedule. He says he claims or purports that Father Time is undefeated. Therefore, the athletes sign to generate the most income as possible, in that time frame.
Well, I mean, that's definitely understandable.
That's short game. That's short-sighted thinking for the athlete, because long game, let's say, for instance, if Michael Jeffrey Jordan, because Nike wasn't what Nike was now. If Michael Jeffrey Jordan said you can keep your $250,000 and shove your $250,000 up your what? What a son, right? Up, yeah, that's right. Shove it right up there. Well, what do you mean? We need you. They would have came back with a different offer. Let's talk percentage. They would have come back with. I've done some research on Nike and Phil Knight. So now if they would have come back with a percentage, could you imagine? Could you imagine how much Michael Jordan would be worth today?
He might not be alive, but yeah, it'd be worth a lot of money.
And let's go ahead, bro.
A lot more than $1 billion. But it took him to he's 60 years old. I mean, 50, 60 years old to get to that mark when he overshot their projections in the first year of selling his shoes. So,
Well, and before we get Brother Wordsmith in here, what we want to do is we do want to unpack, because you mentioned earlier, and we're going to have him introduced, then we're going to run a video, but you mentioned earlier about these guys like Jordan and Curry, and they're under an umbrella. Bro, that's a Jedi mind trick, man. Yeah, you own it, you got your own, you do your own thing. It's just like your own company, but it isn't. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not Jordan-owned shit. Same thing with Yeezy, he all up under Adidas. You know what I'm saying? Now, see, the Baller brand, they were supposedly under their own thing. It's just that one of the family friends ran off with the money. But let's go ahead and get, one of the family friends, man. Let's get Self-Love in here. Most of you guys know Tori Wordsmith, but you got 60 seconds to introduce yourself or give a plug. And then answer that question, why do you think these athletes are so quick to sign that brick?
Tori Wordsmith, y'all know me. I'm plugging the Self-Love Show, and you need to check it.
TATN.
Definitely need to check yesterday, and you need to check Tuesday, and all of the shows, really, because we're about expanding that all. But short-sighted is what occurs with young Black people that have had nothing most of their life and get opportunity to get it. We've also done a huge disservice to our Black businesses by saying that they are inadequate.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about the ones that are, not well, and we don't prop up the ones that do very well.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I agree that it's short-sighted, but that's all they know. That's from where I look at it, especially a lot of the athletes that we knew, when they were back when younger, they weren't the brightest bulb in the strand. That's for damn sure.
They weren't the longest lasting filament.
Man.
Brightest burning.
You already know. Trying to dispense beer with their finger over the hole. You know,
yeah, not just for a short period of time, too.
Yeah, until somebody say, hey, you know.
That's never going to work, right?
It's not going to happen that way. Turn that thing over out there and, you know.
Your kindergarten son would have been able to figure that out after,
yes,
my finger, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So that being the case,
yeah.
and then what tends to happen to us, we have some influence that's not of our people, agents and such, and you know, people that push them and move them in the right direction, more for their pockets, really.
Absolutely. I mean, that is, and I know we commented on your comment in the chat when you were saying that the clock is running, which is kind of motivating them, man, take what you can get. Cause like football, you're lucky to get 3 years. You know what I mean? Yeah. NBA, you're lucky to really get 3 years.
Hey, I mean, when you really think about it in football, 5 years you can retire with a pension.
4.
It's
I think
4?
3.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's 3. The average career is just
the
under
average
3.
career is just under 3, but I thought it was 5 years
I think
to
it's
get a
4
pension.
or 3. Yeah, but it's right above where it's just yeah. We were talking to Brother Stalin. It's not 5. It's
okay. I thought it was 5 because I thought it was above the average, and then
I think he
not
played.
budge.
I think he played 3, and it would have been 4. Right. Yeah. Whatever he played, it was one more season. Ace, what's going on with your camera? You just doing some private stuff?
Yeah.
It's fine. More than fine. Just making sure you were aware of it. All right.
Yeah,
all
I'm
right.
back.
No, just making sure you're aware of it. All right. So I kind of, if you guys can stand by here, what we're going to do is talk to production. Okay. Because the first question was, why do we sign those endorsement deals? I think we kind of went over that. This is a video that was it's a 3-minute video put together by TATN, and it's on that podcast. What's my man name? They said he was crazy, and he plays for he used to play for the Bears. Brandon Marshall's podcast.
Yeah,
they tried to say he was a little loopy. Got a great
because he wanted to win. He wants to win. He's got to be crazy,
especially in Chicago.
Yes, because he was passionate about what he does. Yes, because he was good. Yes. So anyway, this is an excerpt of their podcast, which is a great podcast. I wish I could think of the name. Let's check it out.
Support Black. I think it's time for us to have these conversations and really take our community and our culture to a whole nother level. So I support you, bro. And you don't have to gift it to me. I'm buying.
See, he's crazy.
Don't send me nothing.
Get one of me, T. Get one of me, T. That's the real superstar, man. We gotta check.
But hold on. Even that, like that's big, right?
All the crazy people be talking about ownership.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
you can easily gift it.
Kanye.
And
it's
this
crazy.
Go somewhere with this, and it's big. I want to get y'all thoughts on this. No.
Crazy Black.
I need to support you. You got a team behind you. You got an operation. You putting people on. You don't know. I don't want. Don't give me nothing. Send me the bill.
Listen. You know I respect that. It's because when people buy black, they always go to the register. And they say, man, come on, hook a brother up. When you go to Gucci, Louis, or Prada, do you say that?
See, if you're consistent, I say it at Gucci.
So what gives you the right to say that to that business owner,
just be consistent.
That business that needs the money? When
Gucci tells me to get out.
The rich richer.
You can tell me.
So yeah, for me and for my New Year's resolution, I made a vow to myself. I'm not gonna buy any high fashion. I'm gonna buy black. I'm gonna buy in my community as much as I possibly can, right? Realistic and hold people accountable.
Now, what made him put that shirt
I
on?
thrift store shop, and there's some dope stuff there. You know what I'm saying?
With
and
this
meanwhile, I'm saying this as I'm
Look how he's
rocking
dressed.
Ralph Lauren
They call
right
him
now.
crazy.
But that's just
he's dressed like a
that's
Jedi.
just how we're institutionalized.
But it's a
so
black
to-
line,
so to speak.
clothing line.
But yet, it's a lot of people that don't know, that do not know, how to, in our culture.
What are we supposed to do, bro? Like, how do we support, you know what I mean? Those young entrepreneurs, black entrepreneurs that's trying to make it. Give me the blueprint. What are we supposed to do?
It starts. I can't tell you that, but I can tell you have to change your mentality, and you can't be a crab with intel, right?
What do you mean?
You can if you know, teach.
All right, gentlemen. Thoughts, commentary, what you just saw there?
It's freezing.
I liked it. I mean, I liked him saying that you have people behind you that you're in front of, and you need to take care of.
Bro,
And
those
I
sales
recognize
stats,
that.
Yes, those sales stats, all that means something. But go ahead, bro. Yeah.
And to pay them. Then people got to be
Correct.
paid down the
Correct.
line. I mean, giving out free shirts don't,
It ain't gonna, in the long run, it ain't gonna work.
I mean, it's some for advertisement, but when you got someone that's conscious that's saying, "Hey, I want to support, and I'm going to support
somebody that can more than afford to pay."
Yes.
You
That's
can say those
what it is.
charitables for the for the needy. Yeah.
They need to go on ahead and do that. And that's how we all should support, because we have to rotate the money in our communities. Otherwise, we're going to stay where we at, period. And it's not a good place. Yeah, money rotates in our community once or something, if that. And that's there are other communities where it's 13, 9, 7 times. We need to be on that.
Absolutely.
Ace.
What's the
go
problem?
ahead, Tori. My bad. Go ahead,
Y'all was
Tori.
exactly right earlier in the show. Like, we need to have some of the older players that can get out of their contracts, and we need to start something of our own and back it up, and not call them crazy. Like, people could have endorsed Shaqs.
Yep.
It could have endorsed the Stephon Marbury's that he brought out. You know what I mean? They could all jumped on that,
but big media comes out and calls everybody crazy and calls everything cheap, and then we listen to it. But go ahead, Ace. I'm throwing it to you.
I had a couple Starberry shoes, but the kids don't. They want the $100 the name brand. They want the Nike. They don't want the Shaqs from Walmart or the Starberries from China. They want the same shoes that they're building in the same factories, but they got a Nike swoosh on them.
It costs the same amount to produce too. By the way,
our kids want the stuff they don't see little rich white kids wearing. But go ahead. You don't see little rich white kids wearing Gucci shoes, bro. Go ahead though. Go ahead.
No, we wear Gucci shoes and slides and Gucci. But anyway, I mean, it's going to be that next generation after the Magics and the Kareems and the guys that stood out there on the civil rights front. Now you have the guys that came after them. They got paid from Michael Jordan on, and now you got these 30-something-year-old athletes or approaching retirement that understand, hopefully, that they need to own what they're going to do for the rest of their lives, because their careers are ending. You don't need to keep trying to, suck at the tit of the. Can I say tit on? Can I?
Yeah,
No.
you can say teat. You can say teat of the Lady Liberty. Yeah.
Okay, you don't have to keep sucking at the teat
Teat of Lady Liberty. Yes.
of Lady Liberty. You
How
can
old is
go
she?
ahead.
That old milk, but yes.
You can go ahead and start your own companies, buy into your own companies. I mean, the rappers are doing it. Come on.
Well, that's what Tory said, and Tory's not justifying it. He's just saying what it is, and they're not able to think long game, right? Because yes, I need the money now. All you're gonna do is spend it. You know, I saw an actor. He was from Chicago. Somebody mentioned Michael Jackson, but he played Michael Jackson. You know, the young dude from Shy. He was from
Flex? Jason Weaver.
Yeah, he was from out the south suburbs, but yeah, he be claiming Shy. Yeah, and bro, his mom wasn't sophisticated like that, and he had a contract with Disney, and they offered him like so much money up front, and his mom's like, "Wait a minute, son, don't sign that." Right, and that man's still getting he's still getting checks today.
That's Jason Weaver. Yeah, they tried to buy him out in the beginning because they knew how long they were going to use his voice and his likeness.
Yeah. Yes. But he said it was a gamble. He said it was a gamble, you know, and with Vlad, I hate to say Vlad, but what Vlad was saying is most people would take that money and invest it. And invest it, but we wouldn't. You know, and Jason Weaver admitted, he said, man, that money would have been gone. He said he recently got over, like 10 years ago, got over what they offered him, you know, over time. And now all this is gravy for the rest of his life, his kid's life into perpetuity.
Right. Perpetuity.
Perpetuity.
Yeah. They don't like using that word around us. They don't like using that word around us. Unless it's on their side of the contract.
But they definitely won't use it then.
But that's but see, ignorance. See, nobody's just going. Well, we might do it because we have a heart and we have a heart for our people. But she said no. They wanted them. You know, we automatically think, oh, they'll just find 100 other black boys, and that's what our agents be saying. Our flyby. We always got a flyby pants agent. Yeah, we need it.
That's
agent needed.
They need it. They need that. They need that percentage.
Right. Agent. We always got a flyby. We always got a flyby pants. Lawyer who's barely paying his lawyer his rent for the office.
Yeah.
I said, well, take the deal. You know what I mean? Yeah, take the settlement. We need it.
You look at where your family live. You need to go ahead and do this so that I could pay the rent. I mean, so that you can live your life.
Right.
I'm trying to help you. Help me help you.
Right.
Why you help me?
So Jason Weaver said, man, it took a lot. Now it depends on the person, though. You know, it depends on the person. Like, I bet you cats would have been like looking at that like, wait a minute, I can take this money right here, buy all this real estate or whatever, be flipping it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But he said his family wasn't on that. It was going to be, we paying uncles and bought this house and bought that house.
Yeah, how old was he? Disney, he was a child, so he didn't have nothing to do with it. He knew his family wasn't going to do it. They was going to burn through that shit.
Correct. And he said once he got 18, he was going to burn through the rest of it. You know, he admitted it. You know what I'm saying? And so that's something to think about. So what I was saying that to say, I think that starts with parenting. Now, William Banks said, sure, the white kids will follow, but then I guess the media, he said they will Michael Jackson them. That goes back to when we were talking about the supply side. You know, supply side of it. You know, will our kids buy this stuff? You know, some of it has to do with us as a consumer, or are we just doing what we see? Is the tail wagging the dog, or is the dog wagging? Right. That's the question.
That's the answer. That's the answer. We sheep. That motherfucker's a dog that go around and say, "Hey, we're going over here." Whatever.
Let me get some.
We all going over there.
Let me get some of this here.
Monkey see, sheepy see, sheepy do.
To all the sheep out there.
we gotta we gotta. I mean, we gotta invest in each other. I mean, you know, if hey, just get you a product, get your shoe, have DJ Khaled make the track and Drake do the video, and it's gonna sell. That's all you got to do. Unfortunately for us,
but see, here's what the spirit's been showing me though. Big Baphomet's bigger than that though. It's always big bank take little bank. Big Baffin, if you go out there and get DJ Khaled and who else you say, then Big Baffin, DJ Khaled gonna be crazy. He gonna be sleeping with little boys. You know what I'm saying? Like everything you do when Big Baphomet, I hate to be that guy. You know, it's got to be a way we got to move where some of us signs with Big Baphomet and some of us, you know what I mean?
I definitely understand.
Yeah.
But this is the information age that we're in. So for us, that's our grassroots now, is to put in the song, put it in the video, and unfortunately, that's the fastest way, or for the younger audience to, as far as athletes, to maybe get away from these.
And Ace, we have to educate our children to be smarter consumers and smarter voters, and we vote with our dollars. So we have to educate them that Big Baphomet is always, whenever we start building, Big Baphomet's going to tear down whoever built it, but that's okay. Even if they tear it down, right? The person who built it, we can still support he built, because we know that Big Baphomet's going to go after the entity that built it and then discredit, and then we come out there like, you see what they did? I ain't going nowhere. One person at the NAACP stole $50,000. I ain't giving them no money.
But we know better. But
allegedly stole. Go ahead, Ace. My fault. Yeah.
We know better, but unfortunately, the masses won't do better. We're consumers. We consume whatever we see.
Pac-Man did it. The game Pac-Man told y'all just where we are.
What about Miss Pac-Man?
And no matter how much more points and money you get, the game just go faster and faster and faster and faster. And at the end, those ghosts, those are the banks. Defund the banks. Speaking of banks, William Banks said here, if we own the gas stations and corner stores in our communities, the money would recycle a lot more. That's facts. But we used to.
Yeah, it's a lot of reasons why we don't own those situations, especially the gas stations. We've been
Ace, do y'all approach them as Jackie Robinson to those gas stations that Self's talking about that may have those Pakistani type entities? Y'all approach them and say, why y'all ain't sponsoring Jackie Robinson? Or am I way off base and they do sponsor some teams? Talk to me, Ace.
Actually, no, we haven't approached them.
Am I off base?
No, you're not. You're not. And matter of fact, I'm gonna go over on 103rd this week and ask for a sponsorship, since you're right in the community.
Yeah. They might do it, bro. They might do it, man. They just might do it, bro.
One of them will. I know one guy that probably will. It might not be the full amount to get his name on it.
Right.
But it'll be something.
Right.
It'll be something. So
Right.
Or else.
Yeah, I will approach.
All right, the next time you're on the show,
I need $500. I'm gonna come back.
No, man. Don't ask them for the little bread. Ask them for the biggest package, bro. And then have a couple of young ones around you, a couple of young soldiers just standing there. If you see some young soldiers on the block, here, man, I'm gonna give y'all $10 each, and y'all just stand here. Just stand here. That's all you gotta do. And while you're in there talking to him, make him an offer that he shan't and can't refuse. He's going to connect all kind of dots that shan't be connected due to his racial profiling. You know what I mean? You got 4 or 5 guys out there, and for $40, you just got Jackie Robinson West, up to 15 stacks. Man, these people have the money. I hate to say it, but they have the money, and I know you guys are a tax shield.
Yeah.
Exactly. Or tax write-off.
Absolutely.
I didn't say shield. That's
they don't pay any taxes anyway, but I digress.
Yeah, we're operating at a loss. But hey, I want to stick to more on the topic here. So I want to ask you guys a more question based towards what we're talking about. Why don't we support Black fashion designers as a community? And then what would it take, do you guys think, for a paradigm shift? So not even, because those Black athletes are an extension of us. They're just us that turn professional. So what is it about us, bro, that I remember in the 90s, they made me sick. the firm and all those nice guys and he's speaking all that Italian stuff. It just made me sick. And I'm big ups to Nas. But yeah, what is it about us, bro? What's that all about? Tori, we got married. You said we're wearing dashikis. I didn't question that. But go ahead, somebody, anybody.
Self hate. I mean, we've been taught to hate ourselves and not support each other.
Right.
But
it's
completely disingenuous because
what made you choose? What made you
do.
choose the dashikis? Because I think if you unpack that, you're unpacking my question. Because we were young.
Well, I decided in high school that I didn't want to be really wearing a fucking tie every
the
day.
Monkey suit.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm. So, and didn't want to have a regular
noose around, you didn't like the noose around your neck?
No, I didn't really. I couldn't come to grips. Y'all know I wear a suit and I look good in it, but I'm not feeling that like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not me like that.
Yeah, you're untied the tie. He's like the 5-year-old you put in the suit. As soon as everything's over, he's got the tie off and
man.
Yeah. You don't want to take some pictures. Got the tie off and rolling around in the mud.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, but okay, I got it. So it wasn't so much an Afrocentric thing. It was just any alternative to a kilt into the monkey.
That was just the beginning of it. You know, I had gotten into some, Afrocentric stuff. And then, I've been dealing with Muntu Dance Theater and I started appreciating the garb.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like, okay, for a while, I was like, if I'm going to be, I got out of it, but for a while, I was like, if I'm going to have to go somewhere dressed up or whatever, this is how I'm going to be dressed up, not no suited.
If you had to have a formal dress, that was going to be your formal attire.
Yes.
Yeah. I appreciated it, bro. It gave me an opportunity to go out there and shop for it and go through the process. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was tight. Did you get any pushback from the, from the wife, from the fiance?
No, I pretty much most of my life ain't got no pushback on my ideas and what I think and what I try to push forward. Like, it's been,
it's classic.
If it wasn't support, it was just nothing, which is okay with me. It wasn't
because I mean
taking away wasn't negative.
That's a whole paradigm. Like we can just change the label, or we can just change the whole. Like these athletes can start wearing African gear too. But that's a whole. We taking our people so fast. So let's just stick with.
I personally want to get back to my natural garb, which is some Native American, Aboriginal to Turtle Island. I'm researching that now to figure out that garb.
But why do people want to get to their natural garb? Don't garbs. Well, shouldn't those evolve? But let's get to or should they? Maybe they shouldn't. You know what I mean? Who
evolve
said
if you don't know what they are?
I think they should evolve according to circumstance, environment, and things of that nature as well. If you're in the desert, you're going to wear a different type of garb. You're not going to wear these suits, these 4-piece suits that they have us wearing in LA. You know what I mean? And it's 110 degrees.
They have no idea what
the
start is.
Correct. And that's what Tori's.
I'm saying the garb devolved.
Correct.
That's my opinion.
Correct.
Correct. I mean, that's what my spirit is telling me.
Yeah.
So
but what? So you answered, Ace. Why don't you guys both got kids, and hey, why don't we try this? It's like that. Remember Eddie Murphy was talking about the Mama's burger versus the McDonald's burger. It's like, your mom could make you a sweater. The Gordon Gartrell versus what is this, man? Talk to us.
Well, my wife doesn't sew. My mother-in-law sews, but it's a lost art. It's a lost thought of influence. So that's maybe part of the Silverback program is to let's get back to our natural roots, natural attire, natural garb. So we're not wearing all of this sports attire or
that I said that might be the hardest way, but that might be the quickest way to break the paradigm because because they're either going to be marketing everyday monkey suits or they're going to be marketing indigenous clothes. But go ahead, bro. Right.
well, I mean, they don't care what they market. All they
Correct.
know is the check come at the
Correct.
end.
Correct.
So it could be, it could be a dashiki, it could be a full-length gown that will keep them cool in the hot areas that they live in, or it could be a T-shirt.
And you'd have to crowdsource the funding for the endorsement and try to get that number one pick too. As soon as they get finished shaking his hands, you got the crowdfunding, a bunch of black silverbacks. Look, here's your check right here. What are you guys marketing? We don't even have a product yet. We're trying to teach you something while we're, you know what I mean? Right. We're marketing you.
We want to give you some lifetime ownership.
Right.
And they're going to have Bob Lowens. I can't even say his name. Bob Lowe over here telling them, got a better deal for you. You gotta get a check up front. Everything's gonna be fine. I got it all solved for you. So
TATN. So that's what would it take for that paradigm shift? Did we cover that? Like I said earlier, parental guidance, silverback talk in the community, because those children, they're children even when they sign those contracts. But I say at least when they go to college, something would have to be programmed in them that they don't want to sign those deals. That those deals are off code. Off code would be
that's going to take some of the people that's retired telling them, you know what I mean, and having some influence after you retired into making an alternative for them.
So you said parents conditioning, and then people in their field, right, who are retired or what have you. Okay, yeah.
A lot of times you can't even count on the parents conditioning because you don't know what
retired athletes. You know what I'm saying? Somebody they're going to respect and listen to. Because
Uncle Booger over here, he's not going to. Maybe dad's in the picture, maybe mom's in the picture. You don't know who's in the picture, who's really got the benefit of this particular athlete. So, if you got somebody that really doesn't have skin in the game except for to help the next generation or 2 generations after them of athlete to become affluent by being an owner of what they're trying to accomplish, as opposed to, just getting a check, then maybe then you can have some influence over them.
Yeah, I just find it odd that these athletes who are like competitors, like what they do is compete, that they haven't gotten together at some point and said, you know what, let's start our own thing, all of us, and beat the shit out of Nike. You know what I mean? That they haven't just sat down like they tweeting and they doing all this and that, and they're all joining the same basketball team. They're all friends and stuff. That they haven't connected a dot and say, hey, look, man, don't sign the next contract. Don't sign the next contract. Let's all put in $50 million each and let's kick the shit. Like, that's what I find funny, that hasn't happened. And it's 2021.
It goes back to what Self was saying. Circulation of our dollars.
Yeah.
They don't.
We're used to kicking our dollars out the community. Right. We're programmed that way.
Mm-hmm.
No, and when you got these entertainers or athletes or people that has made it to the top of the food chain, and they'd rather buy, maybe another Lamborghini, a different color Lamborghini, as opposed to buildings.
You know who else is crazy though? Any black person that's affluent and positive, and they put a whole bunch back into the black community.
Right.
all kinds of things happen to their,
Hold on,
bag.
like Chance the
And
Rapper.
I'm just saying,
Chance
all
is
kinds
weird.
of things. They fall off. And
Yeah.
it's man, they be like, "Uh-oh, got one here."
Yeah. You remember Chance was all up front, winning everything, and then he started buying schools and doing stuff for the community, and now he's a little aloof. But bro, I don't know if y'all heard about that rapper's daughter. I think ultimately she committed suicide, but they really don't know. But she came up missing at a college in Florida somewhere. And it's a former old school rapper. He was in an old school rap crew I can't think of. But anyway, they were complaining about these Keystone campus cops, as you can imagine. I'm like, man, it was just a joke. It was like Barney Fife in charge of this, man. You know what I mean? He means well. And they thinking he racist. I'm like, nah, this dude might be racist, but he's just a dumbass. But anyway, he was the chief. I digress. But the father, so they're doing a press conference. They're able to get the media out. The president, it was Buffalo University. And the president of the university is a black woman. And so she got all the media people out to put pressure to help find this girl. And the father, bro, he's standing there and he's got a black Mercedes. He's got a cap on, like this cap. And it's just got this huge Mercedes-Benz emblem. Just huge. That's it. And I said, and I just start thinking, I said, I bet you he doesn't even drive a Mercedes, even if he does. So what? If the dealership didn't give him that car. And it got weird even for the TV channel. You saw them trying to pan out and get that off of there because it's just a big, huge Mercedes. What is that about us? What is that about us that we want to pay?
Not a picture of his daughter.
No, not a picture of his daughter, family name, nothing. That we love to pay for these big, huge emblems and advertise other people's stuff except for ours.
Ignorance. I mean, conditioning, programming. But the main thing is ignorance, man. It's ignorant. Like we are taught that white
I'm
is
sitting there
right.
trying to listen to them talk to their daughter, and I'm thinking of a Mercedes commercial. Go ahead, Tori. We're taught that what? We're taught that what?
White is right. Like, and
yeah.
And we are less than. Like it's programmed, like real talk.
Well, I looked up some black car manufacturers, bro. There's a few of them, you know what I'm saying? Now, and then some are backed by white companies. They would be more like, the Jordan company, but they're in Africa. And there's some, bro, and they're decent. You know what I mean? And I'm just starting to say to myself, eventually, once I start bringing in all this bread, I'm going to start walking in like I Target. People going to see me driving around like, man, where'd you get that car? Africa. Yeah. Paid a little more for it, but you know what I'm saying? Yep. Yeah.
All the car
it runs great.
All the car companies was built off our backs, period. Every single one there is.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. So let me just run this next video because we're gonna wrap this up. Hold on. It's about, I wanted y'all to see the one. We're gonna skip the one about Steph. No, let's play that. Y'all. Y'all, please bear with me because y'all gotta see this. This is the one. Let me go back to Zoom. This is the one about Steph Curry, bro. And I just want y'all to see the conditioning. Everything is a form of conditioning. Let's see here. So it should be this, right? No, that's not what y'all want to see. Stop share. All righty. There we go. All right, so go back here. Go back to share. All right, there we go. Share. Okay, so here we go. This is, hit play. Go to the next one. All righty. Yeah, it's going to be some, Steph was ready to leave Under Armour and just watch the play that they've developed. It's the same play they developed with Michael Jordan when he was leaving Nike. And that's what y'all were talking about. You could have your own, but yet still be part of our plantation. Yeah. Otherwise, you won't be able to get any distribution.
It can be argued that there's never been a more culturally relevant athletic sneaker brand than Nike's Jordan brand, and it all began with MJ's agent David Falk when he considered the following. What if we treated a team sport player like a tennis player, boxer, or golfer? Arthur Ashe, for example, he had his own shoe and sold his own racket. Falk was on to something big, and Nike responded by signing Ricky Jordan to a contract paying $250,000 annually and awarding him with his own brand as a subdivision of Nike. Jordan fundamentally changed the way consumers view basketball shoes, and now Steph Curry and Under Armour are attempting to change the game as well with the launch of Curry brand. But how did they get here after only a few years ago Curry's relationship with Under Armour was on the brink of collapse? This is Topic Tackle. Let's go. What's good, people? JC3 here, and you're watching Topic Tackle. I want to welcome you. If you're new, encourage you to stick around. This quality content, that's all we produce here every time. And also, shout out to all the subscribers. You know who you are. You are the driving force.
John Carson, JC3 TV.
And if you're interested in popping any of the shoes mentioned in this video, shop with the link in the description and the pinned comment.
Jordan.
And
I like
when you
this
do,
guy.
you'll get cash back, so make sure to take advantage of that. Steph Curry and Under Armour just announced the launch of Curry brand, which will provide him the chance to build his own roster, have his own logo, create apparel, footwear,
if he's gonna
and
do all that,
accessories across multiple categories, including basketball and golf. This is a historic announcement because it marks Curry as just the second player in basketball history to receive his own brand under the umbrella of a U.S. company. And Curry brand has already garnered respect from LeBron James, who recently hinted at his own brand with Nike and how he wanted Luka to be the first signee. Videos coming soon on that. That'll be the next one, so stay tuned. Curry signed with Under Armour in 2013.
15, 20 years ago. You could have came out of high school.
With Kevin Durant's name
Like
on it
George
during a
saying,
pitch
the
to
older
re-sign
people like
him.
Jordan
For a
should
company
be
that
getting all
hasn't
them
taken a lot of
together.
L's in the basketball industry,
put all these
this
cats
one
out
that
of
got
business
away
by now.
still has to
Yeah.
haunt them. Like over $14 billion
Jordan
haunt them.
should let
But hey,
LeBron
one
come
company's
out of-
failure is
out of
another
high school
fortune for
without-
Under Armour. They couldn't have signed Curry
But
at
Jordan
a better
making money
time.
shooting.
The Warriors
Jordan was a
league
slave to
ascension
Nike.
coincided with Under Armour's success as the brand once known for sweat-wicking clothing now boasted one of the most revolutionary
When you working
players
for
in
somebody,
NBA
you can't even
history who
think
was
about
winning championships while
ownership.
changing the
Just don't
way
even
the
come to
game
you.
was played. In 2015, Under Armour overtook Adidas to become the second largest sports apparel
not your
company in the
lane.
United States by sales, behind only Nike. But unless we're talking about Jesus, we know that a good thing truly doesn't last forever, folks, and revenue growth slumped, and UA flooded the market with Curry
You don't know
2s
people's
after initial
mentality.
sellout.
Maybe he once he get into
Curry
the
was sitting on shelves, and
ownership
after
club,
lack of demand for the Curry 3, Steph was
he's the
frustrated
only one
and
he
needed
wants to
some
be there.
convincing to stay with the brand.
Hey, man,
So in
a
2018,
lot of these
Kevin
guys still
Durant, the
talking
company
about
founded
my
chief
owner.
executive, and Patrick
Yes,
Chris, the
my
company's
owner.
president and
Still
chief
saying.
operating officer, they flew out west
Yeah.
to do just that, and they decided on a solution that would
I thought I was trying to cut it down a little bit.
able he was to the company. Build a separate business around him, one reminiscent of what Nike had done for Michael Jordan 2 decades before. Not only did Under Armour steer clear of a major crisis, but they awarded Curry with the highest
took
honor
the
in the
Nike
land, his
plan.
own brand. Fast forward to 2020, and Curry brand was officially announced on December 1st, with
Oh, you
footwear
can't
releasing
leave.
on December 11th. The Curry
No,
8
sit
features
down.
Steph's new
Smoke-
logo and
smoke a
SE
cigar.
plus
Sit
the
down.
3 symbol. Others have speculated that this logo gains inspiration from wings, whether this be faith-based, like the brand Active Faith that Curry has
love you.
endorsed
We
in the
should have been
past, or a
paying you
nod
this.
to wing 3-pointers that
If
he
we love you
regularly
so
nets on
much,
the court. It could be a
we'd have been
reference to
paying you this
wings.
already,
Still, the
but sit
new
down.
Curry logo incorporates
We love
SC
you.
like his previous,
We'll
which combines
take all
both
the
SC
risks.
and his number
If it
30.
fails,
Now, the central
it won't
question,
be on
Curry
you.
brand
We've had this
revolutionized the
package waiting
game
for
and
10
the
years for
culture
you to
like
come in
Jordan
here.
brand has. In short,
Stop acting like a
there'll never be
slave.
another Jordan brand. We know this. To elaborate though, Steph has already done so much to change the game for good, and this is the motto behind the vision of Curry brand. With
Look
it
at
comes
her.
an initiative, starting with
dribbling
an over
back and
$1
forth in
million
one place,
investment
and
to people, programs,
takes forever to
products,
get
and
a shot
places
off.
surrounding
They think
youth
that's
sports, and
basketball.
provide further funding to HBCUs. And of course,
Shooting right in front of
sign other
somebody's face.
athletes to the brand. In an interview with Sports Illustrated, Curry said, "We want to be a part of the culture and drive the culture, and we want to be in a position to anybody that buys into what Curry brand is, that they are impacting a life in some
Right,
shape
that's
or
your own
form."
company.
So let me know what you think in the comments down below. Will Curry brand be a massive success or an underachiever? Remember, subscribe, like,
They
leave your
talk about
feedback,
their
comments
brand,
down below.
right?
We'll be
They
back with more
got
topics.
cats talking about their brand, man. But it's not even their brand. Like they got them thinking that they're doing something.
I mean, it's a whole lot of artists that think they have a label.
Yeah.
But it's
up under a bigger.
Yeah. When you find out what happens, it's what Lil Wayne found out.
Yeah.
You got a marketing deal. What's
Wayne found that out. He was like,
Well,
"Oh,
because
my
you
goodness."
start to find out it has a lot to do with the supply lines, man. So Phil Knight, he just a real short history, bro. Though I remember those shoes, so I can't think of the name because I used to see those in Hyde Park. And that certain type of track shoes from Japan, and
Tiger something.
Yep, that's it. Yep, and he brought that style. He brought that style to America, and so he liked it. And then went back to Japan, Ace, on a vacation. Went to the company. This white people stuff, right? Went to the Japanese company on vacation and lied and told that man he's got his own business. You know, he's white with a suit on, and that he wants to be his American distributor for the shoe. And right there on the spot, got the deal. And so one thing led to another, but just right there on the spot. But they be cutting off our supply lines a lot of times too, bro. Like LeBron. Let's suppose LeBron and all them did say, no, we want to do that, but it's not like we can't go to China like the drug dealers have done. You can find somebody, bro, that'll,
Man, it was huge for them. Was that his partner, which was his track coach?
Yeah,
man, was the innovator.
Yeah,
he also invested and became a partner, but he was an innovator. He was the one that developed the shoe.
And you see where he got the swoosh from? A grad student. Went to a college and said he gonna find the first designer student, and found it. Paid her $35, equivalent to $205.
Yeah.
And she made the swoosh. Yeah. Yeah.
Only in America.
Anywhere. Only if you believe. You know, but I hear you, bro. It's all in what you market, though, man. That's, again, we fell in love with that swoosh. And I remember my mom was saying, like, I'm like, man, that swoosh, that Nikes, because that swoosh was cold, bro. It fit off the jeans perfect. You know, you can have the different colors on it because the pony emblem was nice too. But she was saying, like, that's their trademark. You know what I mean? Like, it's not even a picture of Martin Luther King or something, or a picture of you. Like, that's their trademark. It's brilliant, man. It's such a mind screw, bro, that we're into paying to advertise people's
everybody.
product.
Yeah, that's what we love, the labels.
Paying the field.
TATN.
We got to the point where we didn't even take the tags off. There, Marshall Fields, nigga. I got this Gucci shirt from Marshall Fields, nigga. I'm double ignorant. You know what I'm saying? What do you mean? You could have went right there on the block? Yeah, I'm super ignorant.
Marshall Fields, baby.
Everybody be saying like
they got the real Gucci.
Yeah.
Man, you let them charge you 4 times the price of Gucci would charge you. Yeah, man. This came from Marshall Fields.
Hey, you know they had all that in a box. They was about to send that to Goodwill before you walked in there.
We got a sale going on.
All right, we got some chatter in here. All right, William Banks. All right, Mark
and
Daniels
from Spiegels.
Nigga, you got to add that nigga on there. You know what I'm saying? All right, Mark Daniels said, now you know those Shaq shoes were ugly and some were pricey. You know, I was right away going to say that, Brother Daniels, because that was the thing. But I'm going to say this. They were ugly and pricey. And, you know, again, he was just a front guy. You know what I mean? It was, you know, he wasn't doing
a 20. He said some were pricey. He had ugly. That's, you know, a different story.
That's conditioning, but I thought they were ugly. But I'm saying, Self, I just didn't believe for the life of me that it was his company. I always felt like he was the front and the white people were behind it, and
he sold millions of those shoes.
Yeah, he did. Did you buy a pair?
Yeah, I think I bought a pair for Joe, but he never wore them.
Never wore them. Bro, y'all should still have them in a box, and you get Shaq to sign them. They'd be worth something. I'd be like, these are your pitiful shoes, Shaq, that nobody, I bought these for my kid. At least you could do is sign them. You know what I'm saying? And I'll tell him, and fuck 12 too, because you know he wanted to be, he's a cop or something.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, sheriff. But all right, Smoke G1016. This is his guy. This is his topic. He was going to be on the show and have 2 of his guys, DJ Prado, and they were going to help fill in the blanks and talk about fashion. Yeah, he's not even here.
Prado.
Yeah, this is what these guys do. He said Ricky Williams did take a loss effing with Master P. We don't want to talk about Ricky Williams.
Yeah, he took a loss when he wore a dress
And that's that white man that told you that Master P couldn't negotiate the same thing that the white man could negotiate smoke G10, 16.
Yeah.
Because it's all in the game they want to play. And, you know, they weren't going to sign that deal with Master P. You know what I mean? You know,
Master P made a lot of people rich. He still is.
Correct. You know, they got us conditioned to think that the white boys could somehow negotiate better than the black boys. You know, and they might be able to open certain doors that we can't, and that's probably the extent of it. You know.
Yeah.
But I would agree with you. Master P. Who else was trying to be an agent? I think was losing people money. Jay-Z. They said Rockefeller was costing people a pretty penny too.
Yeah, Rock's in the building.
Yeah, because Rock is already rich. And now this is opposite of what we were saying earlier, though. But and on the flip side, if I'm already rich, yeah, sign it. I'm paid either way. You know what I mean? I'm not struggling. Yeah, you want to sign it? Sign it. Yeah.
It's my new Lamborghini money.
Right. Yeah, my kid needs new teeth, you know? So, but I got a last wrap-up question for y'all. Hold on here. We got the wrap-up. No, got you, so. All right. I just saw your note here from production. Alrighty. Let's see. Introduce guests. All right. So we went over the Steph Curry Under Armour video. You guys, there's before we do you guys' wrap up and conclusion, there's a 3-minute video. You got to hear this, man. It's Lonzo Ball. You guys got to hear this. And it's something I never came across. Let me get this right. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Yeah. He's going to talk about what happened, okay? You know, with his dad. Yeah. And the company, and the Baller brand. So let me get it here.
I'm going to listen to this because I heard you say something that happened. I'm like,
yeah, man, and he got real candid, and you'll see. Let me see.
Right.
So let me go to share screen out. Yeah.
Said he's just a friend. Oh, baby, you.
And he said it was the first time he got his father to shut up and listen to him.
Oh, wow.
So you obviously feels like you're going through a transition in life of like, now I'm taking control of my decisions and what I do.
I think when my daughter was born, that's what really kind of clicked. Like, yo, you got to start taking control just because now I'm not me, you know, not for my mom, my dad, who I love.
Ace, watch Lowenstein be telling him, yeah, you got to get rid of the people you came up with.
That's when I started thinking about it. And then just everything that just happened, you know, recently with Alan and everything, that's what kind of like, it woke me up.
Did that hurt you?
Yeah, I mean, I've known him since I was 12.
Alan is his dad's
He was like my second dad.
Basically became
Loeb about to put the spin on it.
That he found out that did some things that...
He was way more than that.
The one bad guy.
You don't understand how much he like...
took advantage of the kid.
I bought my mom and dad a house. Like, he had a room, like a room in there. So like the media sees like the way I feel.
You didn't buy him a house.
That's why I covered the BBB up on my arm.
Yeah, you let him get a room.
He had a room in there.
Like, I need a house too, baby.
Man,
big ball.
If he meant that much to you,
so that's what really
should have bought him a house.
I'm like, that shit.
If you're saying all this,
he got him a house, huh?
Right. Right.
I'll take care of him. Don't worry about it.
You telling a grown man you can have a room in my dad and mom's house.
Yeah, that's your room. They can't do nothing about it. Man, this your room. He said,
Right.
okay, I'll give me a house. On big ball.
But he still stole that money. Like, he'd have been smarter to just play it out. But nigga shit. Just take it back.
Complete.
I want y'all to hear this.
So that's what really hurt me. I'm like, that shit hurt me. Like, he was way more than that though. Like people don't understand how much he like
took advantage of the kid.
I bought my mom and dad a house. Like, he had a room, like a room in there. So like the media sees like the way I feel about it was different. That's why I covered the BBB up on my arm. Cause like when I saw that, I saw him, and that shit just made me so like I was tight. Like, cause like when we looked at the transactions, if shit didn't start happening until my mom got sick, cause she took care of all the money shit. So that's what really hurt me. I'm like that shit hurt me. Like I don't even know what I would do if I seen
Pink lady in the
I
family.
ain't seen
That's her stove.
So it's like when that happened, like everything just went off.
When you had to call your dad and tell him this guy that his friend that's more than him, was that super hard to call your dad like that?
It wasn't hard.
It wasn't?
hard because people had to see my dad in the media, how they see him, but me, I could tell him anything.
This is truth.
But that's the first time I would say that I called him and he literally shut up. I would say that. So that, I looked at Demo, I had him on speaker, I'm like, yo, you hear? Like, he ain't talking. Like, he always talking. That's the first time I was like, no, you need to listen. Like, so that was hard, because that was the first time I ever told him that, like, nah, like, let me talk. And he stopped, and I pulled up to the house that night and laid it out for him. And then we've been moving forward ever since.
You got to cast your own life.
Look how he's spinning.
When I met these guys, LeBron, for some reason, or Maverick, whatever it was, they know how to cast their lives. I see a lot of people that don't know how to cast their
What
lives.
does that mean, Jimmy, to cast?
That means the people you surround yourself with.
That's
you know,
right.
of course, you can do all this great work, and then in the end, end up with absolutely less than nothing.
Why is that still such a deficit, though, in professional sports? I mean, these aren't new stories.
No, they're not.
And
this is happening. He's
it's
telling us
systemic.
about it
See,
here
that
tonight.
didn't really apply to Ball's situation, man. Like
it definitely didn't apply to
It
LeBron at
No.
all. He said they cast their lives. I mean, LeBron took everybody with him. You know, period. They
And
figured
with
out a way to.
With
shit.
Ball, even though the guy stole from him, it's still a family friend. They came up together. It wasn't like he was surrounding himself with strangers like him who, who stole his money. You know what I'm trying to say?
Right.
Right. There's thieves in every community, but he tried to spin it. But I don't think the brothers are going to pick up on it, but they're going to close it out right. Watch. They're going to close it out
But it's
solid.
happening with a lot of
course it
athletes
is.
right now.
Of course it
right
is.
now, and guys are not even saying nothing.
Yeah.
But you know what I wanted to go back to when you said, man, when it all crumbled? I'm just telling you, the greatest things that are going to happen in your life are before you right now. And if that didn't happen, you would have still stayed in that holding pattern.
That's what I told him.
So it's not a crumble.
That's what I told him.
If anything, this is ground zero. This is where you get to build it properly, where you have real true foundation, real true friends, real true business partners, and the right frame of mind to build something that's going to last. Your dad's love for you and your brothers, like,
love it or
to
hate it.
go
Love it or
so
hate it.
hard.
Love it or hate it.
Love it or hate it.
Like, honestly,
Love it or hate
when I
it.
first- like I told you, when I first
The
saw
love
him,
that he got for
I was
them
like,
boys.
whoa,
It's real.
okay, all right, like, he's definitely,
He
he's
wanted
alive.
to bleed the
But when
narrative.
I thought about it from a different perspective as a father of four,
As a father,
I'm like,
man,
he's the GOAT.
he ain't,
That's
man,
the GOAT dad.
he ain't doing nothing
Who
I wouldn't have
doesn't
done.
want a dad that believes in you that
Man.
much? And by the way,
Man.
wasn't wrong. Like, who doesn't want a dad that loves you that much?
And everybody called him crazy. All he did was said, my son is the greatest, and we're going to start our own business, and we ain't going to be attached to Nike or.
They will figure it out.
Yeah.
Now, if he
Yeah.
becomes the greatest, or the next version becomes the greatest, or the next version after him becomes the greatest, we got our own brand.
Right. And
You got to come buy us out.
Man.
This is what-
And you saw the way he was trying to spin it, though, Ace. My man was trying to spin it, like, but they saying, like, man, yeah, you got to take your father, love it, take it, they love you. That's yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure he feels that way. He probably threw in, this first time I got him to listen to me, as his father. He talks all the time. That's his business. He's the showman. He's gonna make it happen.
Right.
So you might not feel that he's listening to you, but in a certain regard, he might not be, but he is, because he's your father. But he has also been through some things that he's trying to impart on you and to be your baller brand of basketball. So,
Man, at the end of the day, he was the one there in the backyard with you.
yeah,
You know?
he was rebounding for you.
Yeah. Coaching you and driving you to this place and, and driving you there and driving you here, and buying you all
Hey.
those Nikes.
He gave you a name that nobody else in the draft had. Whether you was gonna be the number one pick or the the second round that nobody knew of.
Mm-hmm.
By the time Ball got done, everybody knew who his son was.
Hey, Self, I don't know what kind of issues you having, but hey, Ace, my lighter, it only plays out during the show. Whenever my lighter only runs out during a show, and I can't just run out and get a new one. Yeah.
Right.
It's the most annoying thing. So now I make note to self: have 2 lighters, right? Have 2 lighters. Yeah, every show.
Or 3. You're a 3.
Yeah, might as well have 3. So Ace, yeah, let's go ahead, bro. Go ahead and tie it up, man. You get your tie up and your conclusion, and then we get self-love for his tie up and conclusion if he ever gets his computer working. If not, we're going to shut her down.
Yeah, I mean, the topic is so far-reaching. It goes into so many socio-economic type of diversions as far as the mind field of thought, as far as how can we take ourselves from sucking at the teat of
old Lady Liberty.
Lady Liberty, as far as building our own brand, our own companies, our own dollar through building our own brands and our own companies. My thought, thinking about this week was that, hey, these OGs that have made it, that have everything secured, that have these generations secured, they have to, not have to, but it would be in their best interest to finance this next generation of athlete or brand that they know is going to make it, that Nike believed in a Michael Jordan, that they can see that, a Zion coming. But Zion, you don't have to sign under Jordan brand. You don't have to sign under Nike. We're going to make the Zion brand. And we're going to make all the money off of this. I already know the manufacturing. I already know who all of this goes through, but we got to get off the mindset of we owe them and then we get paid and then they get paid and then they get paid while they buy. Let's own it all. Let's pay each other all of it. And then we don't have to worry about that. But, that's people that want to put their own other stamp, financial stamp, socioeconomic stamp, cultural stamp on history. And everybody doesn't have that mentality. It might just be money for me, my family, my generations. But if you can change the world, why wouldn't you?
Hey, and bro, and that's well said. And what I would like to add to that, just as we tie this down as well, bro. I mean, you got Nike, you got so you take Nike, bro. They had an issue when they were getting bigger as they were growing. And what happened was since their supplier was a Japanese company, the American order started taking up all of the requests on the product. So the Japanese company is going to be Japanese first. So they fulfilled all the Japanese business people's orders, and then whatever was left over, they'd give it to Nike, to the Nike end, or to the American end before it became Nike.
Right.
So Phil Knight and these cats kept having trouble eating, and they didn't say, well, let's go to the Japanese government and file laws and lobby them and make it so that they got to be fair and blah, 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 blah. No, they say we're going to do this ourselves. They say we're going to find other, independent distributors, and I want to say that that's a mindset that I would love to see us get. And that mindset would have had us, we should be Under Armour.
Absolutely. These companies shouldn't be able to pop up from every other genre. Just be, hey, this is the new company. That should be us.
Yeah. Especially since we dominate. Same thing like when they talk about the hair weave and all of that. We dominate that. We wear it. We this. And the black women, we ain't nobody producing. They selling too much. Well, I got something for you. Stop buying it from them. Huh?
See what happens then.
Yeah. And our black supply lines be saying, we can't get it. So then our women have to stop buying it from the Koreans. And like you said, or whoever, see what happens then. Right? see how their supplies back up.
We got to make a sacrifice. We was able to
not ride the bus,
walk the bus lines in Alabama for a year.
Man,
we can't make a sacrifice for a year of not buying weave. Come on.
Oh my goodness, man. I mean, that's how diabolical it is. And if y'all haven't watched it, weave to make our hair stringy and more like white people. But that's another story. But I'm saying, bro, what's that movie when they be talking about We Are the North? You know, it was a TV show. I watched it. I binge watched it. You know the one. Everybody went crazy about it, bro. You know the one. Yeah, but they had that one, bro. He was a lord. And he was, man, getting abused and tortured. And the dude was doing to him, bro, the psychology they was doing to his brain, man. And I want to say, bro, that's how we are, man. That's how black folks are. Y'all need to check that out. That's an analogy of, I think they say, what does it mean to be a black man in America? That's how it feels to be a black man in America, bro. Oh, yeah, you're not a slave anymore. You know what I mean? Really? Yeah, you can go. Wait a minute. You're under arrest. Under arrest for what?
You don't have a job.
Well, you know, due to the 13th Amendment, that means you're a slave again. There's an auction. Oh man, if we watch that, We Are the North, like, man, why don't he just stick a knife in this dude's neck and get it over?
In the history books. That's your history.
Hey, but like we say, y'all, Ace, I don't know if we got a topic for next week. Nobody, if y'all think of something, anything, politics.
Yeah, we got to shoot something out there. Something.
Politics. Yeah, y'all come up with something, man. Maybe watch ESPN and see what they're yapping about, and we'll get in the algorithm this time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, I got something.
Gucci?
Cooning and sportscasting. Huh?
Oh.
Huh?
Oh. Gotta do some research.
Coons and sportscasting.
Who does that in sportscasting?
Well, we're gonna unpack it, and we're gonna unpack that next week, right here, right?
I'll be there.
Mouthpiece. All right.
I'll be there at TATN Mouthpiece Included.
That's right, Mouthpiece Included, and we're going straight TATN. We see y'all next week, and as my man Tally say, don't forget to bring your mouthpiece. Spread that link. Get them in here. Chill.